Hello, welcome back to my art desk. I am feeling that collage mood, and these are it's a small stack of images that have been inspiring me lately. So I want to see what I can do with them. I've got ideas for a lot of them, so I want to see how much I can get done and if I can make any of my visions come to life. So yeah, I guess maybe what I will do is I have kind of ideas for all of them. So yeah, I could go in any direction really. There are a few that I have already cut out. Oh, I really loved this one. Okay. What I'm gonna do, I think, just to organize my own thoughts here, is my vision for this one. I know that I need some kind of explosion or volcano or something. So I'm gonna put this off to the side and keep looking. This one, I didn't know if it would work just because of the nature of what we're working with here. I really want to use this eye, but this text in here messes everything up. I wonder how effective it would be if I just like colored over it with like a good black, you know? I think that's still visible. So anyway, I mean, I could always try it and see its potential, but I did think of putting a planet coming out of the eye. But once you take away that top lid and the actual eye and you just have the bottom lid, does it still read like an eye? I don't know. So that's one to consider. This one, okay, this one I'm really jazzed about. I always liked this baby with the big rollerblades on, and I always liked this baby the way that she's drawn. And I never really knew what to do with them until I saw them together, and I was like, oh my goodness, I'll take the head off this baby, put it onto this baby, and perfect. Like, that is such a perfect pairing. I like that the head is even a little bit bigger so that it looks a little bit more unnatural. And then we just have to find somewhere to sit this baby. So, I mean, I love that. I love that. Now, what else do we have here? Oh, this one I had an idea. I was gonna put really big vegetables behind her. That could be a good one for food. This one also, I was thinking some kind of interior would be opposite to the exterior. So either we would do something like hot inside, cold outside, or cold inside, hot outside, or you know, some kind of opposite. I'll wait to see if I get a little bit more inspired on that. I really like these two vintage ladies. I just need to figure out a way to use them properly, because especially this one, I love her. This one I cut out at the very beginning of my collaging journey because I want to put like an actual fishtail on her. I want her to be like a mermaid, but with a real fish tail on her. So I need to figure out how to make that work. And I don't have a good background idea for that yet. This, I've always just been drawn to this. I want to put something in between, like layer something, but I'm not sure what yet. I love this lady. She's super regal, and I do want to put her on a planet in space, I think. So, yeah. There is the bulk of my inspirational images. So it looks like what we're working with is these three today. I didn't realize that I would be able to narrow it down quite so efficiently, but here we are. So, I guess what do we need to do? Let's cut this baby out and then put the head on. Let's discuss where I'm at with these. So for this one, I really love this. boxing ring. It's not a ring, it's a square, but you know. And I really want to sit the baby in here. I think that's gonna be so funny. I love it. And then I came across this ad and I was like, well, what if I cut out a few of these small babies and set them in the crowd? So I want to cut them out and I just want to see if that reads well or if we like it just like this. So that's where I'm at with that one. And then for this one, I ended up cutting out a bunch of the pieces that I wanted. And then I was thinking, well, I haven't made a 3D collage before and I have always wanted to. So I like this background. So then I was thinking, what if we do a 3D collage? Let's see, it would be more like, it'd be something like that, and I really, really like that. So I do want to go ahead with that 3D collage. And then this one was inspired by this lady at like a farmer's market or something. And I thought, okay, well, this background is nice and neutral, but it also lends to like the agriculture idea. So what if I had her and then all these big vegetables like around her, behind her, you know? Something, some of them I have them cut out, some of them aren't fully cut out. You know, the idea is there, right? You can see it. But then I was like, well, is that enough? It's just a lady surrounded by vegetables. What are we really saying? And then I saw this hand, a gardening hand, and I was like, okay, well, that could add an element of interest, but still something's not quite there. I was like, well, okay, what if I put something in the hand? And I looked through a whole bunch of magazines and I couldn't find anything that would like work to put in this hand until I came across this boy. And I thought if I could put him in the hand somehow and then have him holding a vegetable like that or something, I think that could be really cool. But then when I'm thinking about that, I'm like, well, then do we even need this lady anymore? Do we just have, you know, him be the focal point? And I kind of like it. So it's kind of funny how something that started with her as the inspiration, we don't end up actually using her at all. So yeah, I'm liking how this is looking without our main inspiration or our original inspiration. So I'll put her back off to the side. So what I have to do now is do some more fine cutting of the babies, of the vegetables, and then we can start assembling, and I'm really, really excited for that. So let's start cutting some of these out. So I'm gonna be tackling this 3D collage. I have never done a 3D collage yet. I have seen 2 YouTube artists do this before, and I just think it looks really interesting. So I want to see if I can do it. I want to see what I can do and if I can make it work. So, okay. I think I want this background first with the fence. Okay, yeah, I think we're gonna do that. We're gonna do this background first. And so I have these foam tape rolls, and we're gonna see how this works. Okay, so they're different sizes, but it looks like they are the same height. So, I guess I could use the big one for the background. So, how this is supposed to work is you take off so it's like double-sided foam. How do we want to do this? Wow, this stuff is sticky. Like, wow. And I got this stuff just from the dollar store. Not sure if you guys can see that low. And it seems to be very sticky. So far I wouldn't have any issues recommending the dollar store stuff. Now for the actual fence boards, I'm going to use this thinner stuff. And now I'm figuring out, don't take the second piece of cover tape or cover paper off your tape until you're ready. Okay, I think that will be good for this level. Oof. Now, I know I have to, should have done this before, but I do have to trim off. Yes, I definitely should have done that before because it tore a bit of the paper. Yeah, that'll work. So, I'm gonna use this thick one again. Wow, this stuff is amazing. And I'm gonna have to give these scissors a heavy-duty clean after this. They're gonna be full of glue. Or whatever this adhesive is. Now, you have to kind of keep track of your layers. So our first layer is one piece of tape, and now we'll have to double stack it for our guy here. So we will take so double stack your pieces so they're double the thickness. And then I'm gonna do a center portion as well, just to make sure he's secure. Oh, I did not want him next, actually. I wanted a row of flowers next. Right. Okay, so let's do that. before I ruin this too much. So for this one, yeah, I think I'm gonna just do one if I'm gonna pile it on top of this layer, one layer, but if I'm gonna go, if I need any support on the background, I'm gonna have to double it. So, okay. Now we want the guy. So we're gonna have to double his, or we're gonna have to add to his layers. So 1, 2. So if we have 2 already, actually that might work. Yeah, see, that worked out. Yay. And now for the final layer. I'm gonna do some more flowers. So these ones, like this portion is gonna be on top of him. So we're gonna do one here. So the rest, what we're doing is 5 layers of tape high. Well, here are the final pieces. This is the vegetable one. I do like it. I think it's a bit simple, but I do also kind of like it. I really love him. I almost wish that the glove could have either been bigger or had a longer arm so that the boy could have been in the center. Yeah, because I could have put them in the center, but then the arm was cut off, so then I would have to crop it and it just wouldn't look the same. So I like this one, don't love it. Here is the baby one. I did cut out the ropes for the boxing ring, and I cut out little spaces for the babies to fit in so that it looked like they were like crawling amongst the people watching. So yeah, I like this one. I don't know if I like it more or less with the extra babies, but I like it. And lastly is the 3D one. There are a lot of things that I did learn from this process. I'm trying to figure out a way to, like, when I angle it, like, you can see all of the white sticker foam. So I'd like to be able to figure out like how to minimize that so that it's not so obvious. But yeah, I do like the idea of it. I wish I could have seen a little bit more of this grayscale background, just to kind of like play off all the color. But overall, I really do like this story and the emotion that it's invoking. So I do overall really like this one, but there are just some things that I would like to learn a bit more about 3D collage to really make this more of a polished piece. So these are my 3 from today's video. Let me know which one is your favorite, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Have a lovely day. Bye!